In the hills of Bethlehem, a young shepherd was anointed by the prophet Samuel. Oil poured over his head, and the Spirit of the Lord came upon him. But no one knew what that anointing meant. David returned to his father's sheep, and the kingdom continued as before. Saul still sat on the throne. Israel still faced its enemies. And the shepherd boy waited in silence. Now the moment arrives when that hidden calling will step into the light. The valley of Eila stretches between two ridges. On one side, the army of Israel. On the other, the forces of the Philistines. Between them, an open stretch of ground where no one dares to walk. Every morning and every evening, a single figure emerges from the Philistine camp. His name is Goliath. He stands over 9 feet tall. His armor weighs more than most men can carry. A bronze helmet covers his head. A coat of bronze scales wraps his chest. Bronze greaves protect his legs. A javelin of bronze hangs across his back. The shaft of his spear is like a weaver's beam, and its iron point alone weighs 15 pounds. He walks to the edge of the valley and shouts, "Why do you come out and line up for battle? Am I not a Philistine, and are you not servants of Saul? Choose a man and have him come down to me. If he is able to fight and kill me, we will become your subjects. But if I overcome him and kill him, you will become our subjects and serve us." His voice echoes off the hills. "This day I defy the armies of Israel. Give me a man and let us fight each other." No one answers. For 40 days, morning and evening, the giant delivers his challenge. And for 40 days, Saul and all the Israelites are dismayed and terrified. Meanwhile, David has been sent by his father to bring provisions to his 3 oldest brothers serving in Saul's army. He carries bread, roasted grain, and cheese. He arrives at the camp just as the army is going out to its battle positions, shouting the war cry. David leaves his supplies with the keeper of provisions and runs to the battle line to greet his brothers. While he is speaking with them, Goliath steps forward again and shouts his usual defiance. The Israelites near David begin to flee. "Do you see how this man keeps coming out?" they say. "He comes out to defy Israel. The king will give great wealth to the man who kills him. He will also give him his daughter in marriage, and will exempt his family from taxes in Israel." David hears this. He turns to the men standing near him. "What will be done for the man who kills this Philistine and removes this disgrace from Israel? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine, that he should defy the armies of the living God?" His oldest brother Eliab hears him. "Why have you come down here? And with whom did you leave those few sheep in the wilderness? I know how conceited you are, and how wicked your heart is. You came down only to watch the battle." David answers quietly, "Now what have I done? Can I not even speak?" He turns away and asks again. The soldiers give the same answer. Word of his questions spreads until it reaches Saul. David is brought before the king. "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him." Saul looks at the young man standing before him. "You are not able to go out against this Philistine and fight him. You are only a young man, and he has been a warrior from his youth." David does not back down. "Your servant has been keeping his father's sheep. When a lion or a bear came and carried off a sheep from the flock, I went after it, struck it, and rescued the sheep from its mouth. When it turned on me, I seized it by its hair, struck it, and killed it. Your servant has killed both the lion and the bear. This uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, because he has defied the armies of the living God. The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." Saul pauses. Then he says, "Go, and the Lord be with you." Saul dresses David in his own tunic. He puts a coat of armor on him and a bronze helmet on his head. David fastens on a sword over the tunic and tries walking around, but he is not used to them. "I cannot go in these," he says. "I am not used to them." He takes them off. He picks up his staff, chooses 5 smooth stones from the stream, puts them in the pouch of his shepherd's bag, and takes his sling in his hand. Then he approaches the Philistine. Goliath looks at him and sees a boy, ruddy and handsome. He is insulted. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" He curses David by his gods. "Come here, and I will give your flesh to the birds and the wild animals." David does not run. He does not tremble. He answers, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and I will strike you down and cut off your head. This very day I will give the carcasses of the Philistine army to the birds and the wild animals, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel. All those gathered here will know that it is not by sword or spear that the Lord saves, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into our hands." Goliath moves closer to attack. David runs quickly toward the battle line to meet him. He reaches into his bag, takes out a stone, and slings it. The stone sinks into the giant's forehead. Goliath falls face down on the ground. David runs and stands over him. He has no sword of his own. He takes Goliath's sword from its sheath and kills him. Then he cuts off his head. When the Philistines see that their champion is dead, they turn and run. The men of Israel and Judah surge forward with a shout, pursuing the Philistines to the gates of Ekron. Bodies fall along the road. The Israelites return and plunder the Philistine camp. David takes the head of Goliath and brings it to Jerusalem. He keeps the giant's weapons in his own tent. Saul watches all of this. He turns to his commander Abner and asks, "Whose son is that young man?" Abner answers, "As surely as you live, your majesty, I do not know." Saul says, "Find out whose son this young man is." When David returns from killing the Philistine, Abner brings him before Saul, still holding Goliath's head. "Whose son are you, young man?" Saul asks. David answers, "I am the son of your servant Jesse of Bethlehem." The shepherd boy who once tended flocks now stands in the presence of kings, holding the proof of a victory no one believed possible. This is the day Israel will never forget. Not because a giant fell, but because God chose to act through the one no one expected. The youngest son, the one left with the sheep, the one who came to the battle with bread and cheese. He came in the name of the Lord, and the Lord gave him the victory. In the next episode, we will see what happens when David enters Saul's court, when a deep friendship forms with Jonathan, and when the king's admiration begins to curdle into jealousy. If this story was meaningful to you, please consider subscribing and sharing.